How's it going, YouTube? Gozy here, and this is my 2013 YZF R1. I've had her for about 6 months now. She has 14,000 miles with no issues so far. The intake mod, basically where these meet under the fuel tank in front of the air box, there's a square. You cut that into a bigger square so it flows in more air. Straight piped her, she sounds pretty nasty. You could definitely hear the cross plane at high revs. Raced a few bikes, lost to a couple, lost to a 1198, 99, whichever one, and a BMW S1000R. Both bikes had a few mods and they were tuned. Walked my ass. So hopefully when I throw her on the dyno down in Florida, she'll be a little bit quicker so I can not get gapped so much. I was supposed to get her dynoed actually, but I threw her on the back burner after I got the vet. That's definitely more important if you ask me. And although she's slow, still a fun bike to ride. Makes the vet feel slower and quicker than my first bike, the 05 Gixxer 600. Today I'm going to be swapping out the rear tire for these Dunlop Q3s, 350/17s. These weren't too bad, Continental Attack 3s, but I'm going to feel more comfortable hitting the canyons in these than I did with these. For most sports bike with a double-sided swing arm, they usually share the same design as far as wheel mounting. You either have the shaft coming from the sprocket end towards the caliper, retained by the nut, or vice versa, where you have the shaft coming from the caliper end towards the sprocket side, retained by the nut. The tools you're gonna need is a 12 spanner and an adjustable wrench. The spanner you're gonna use to break the nut loose on the chain tensioner, and then the adjustable wrench you're gonna use to break the torque on the retaining nut. Take that off, and then the shaft should wiggle right out. You're gonna move the wheel assembly closer to the bike, take the chain off of the sprocket, and the wheel should drop right out. And that's pretty much it.
I count 6 shots.
Tires mounted. We'll be going for a test ride shortly. So pretty much to mount the tire back on, you basically go in reverse order. So you throw the caliper in, make sure that's nice and seated. Then you will put the shaft through the sprocket side and throw the nut. Fix your chain tensioner. Make sure the chain has decent tension, because you'll realize that as you tighten it, it'll add more tension to the chain, so you don't want it too tight before you tighten down the nut. And you're pretty much good to go. Feels like I've been out here forever, but really I had to stop and get on the phone with a potential Corvette deal. My brother's been looking online, and I found him one here in San Diego. It's not a Z06, it's a base model. About 30,000 miles on it. It's an 05. And it's yellow. Not a big fan of yellow, but I'm sure he probably like it, or maybe he might dip it or wrap it. Who knows? But thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.